The unprecedented attack on Israel is to name a permanent House Speaker this week. Many observers fear a drawn-out battle likely would delay critical aid for our longtime ally. Joining us now, Florida Congressman Carlos Gimenez. He is a member of the House Armed Services Committee, and we appreciate your time tonight. What about that speaker vote? Do you think that this attack on Israel has clarified the minds of many in Congress, and that they might put some of the old issues behind them to get a speaker elected?
Look, I think that the timing couldn't be worse. The whole episode has really been a disaster for the Republican Party, and now at a time when our best ally in the Middle East needs action from Congress, we can't do anything until we get a speaker. For me, the next speaker should be the speaker we had. We should never have removed the speaker. I think it's a lot easier to convince 8 people than it is to convince 210. I would hope that we can come to that decision quickly, and I hope that the former speaker reconsiders and puts his name in the hat, because I think he'll have a lot of support.
Well, he has said that he won't. So if you're going with the two who have thrown their hat in the ring, you think that that can be decided on Wednesday, perhaps?
I'm not sure. I think there's a lot of people like me that feel that we shouldn't be dictated to by 4% of our conference. 96% of our conference voted for Kevin McCarthy to remain as Speaker. 4% voted him not to, and 100% of Democrats voted him not to. But again, I would hope that the Speaker would reconsider, put his name in the hat, and then we can move on and get past this episode and put him back where he belongs.
We mentioned that you're on the Armed Services Committee. Former National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, under President Trump, you might have heard, suggested that we should have hostage rescue military teams standing by, as well as FBI hostage rescue teams, get them on planes and get them over to Israel right now. What do you think of that idea?
I think that's a good idea. I mean, if American citizens are being held hostage by Hamas in Gaza, then yeah, it's the duty of Americans to rescue them. Now, if our Israeli partners can do that, fine, but I think they're going to have their hands full, and so I don't think it's a bad idea to have our own personnel, our own elite teams over there to help rescue Americans, because that's the duty of government. The duty of government is actually to protect us, whether we're here or abroad. So yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So you'd be okay with American boots on the ground in Gaza?
In order to save Americans, in order to rescue Americans, absolutely. I would be okay with having American boots in Gaza, not to fight a war, for Israel. I think Israel can take care of itself. But if Israel needs some assistance in rescuing Americans, then yeah, I think American troops should be there and able to and willing to assist Israel in rescuing our citizens from Hamas and these terrorists. And so, yeah, I'm okay with that.
And now that we know that the Gerald Ford carrier battle group has been dispatched to the Mediterranean off the Israeli coast, some of those teams might already be on board. I guess we don't know.
No, I guess we don't, and it's unfortunate that our the only member of Congress, I believe, that actually got a briefing was Hakeem Jeffries, who's the minority leader. We don't have a speaker, so I guess we're kind of left in the dark a little bit. Hopefully, we can get some further information. And also, can I make a comment about yes. Secretary of State said about the $6 billion? All government money is fungible, and so your previous guest was absolutely right. All the Iranians are going to do is say, we're going to take money that was slated for medicine, humanitarian stuff in their country, and say $6 billion, thank you very much. We're going to use it now to fund terrorism and do other nefarious things. And thank you, United States, for buying this food and medicine that we're going to buy anyway. And so now we have $6 billion to do the other stuff. Look, the real problem with what's happening is that this administration has really loosened up on a lot of the sanctions. And so, there's data that indicates that Iran has been making 70% more on its oil than it was during the Trump administration. That's billions and billions of dollars. And it's all due to the fact of this Biden administration being easy on Iran, trying to negotiate a deal with terrorists. And you should never negotiate with terrorists.
Florida Congressman, Republican Carlos Gimenez, we appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
My pleasure.